What's going on, guys? It's the ScotianCanadien, and we are just one day away from the Christmas holidays, and we have a ton to celebrate. I've been flying all over Halifax, Nova Scotia, trying to get ready for the holidays, so sorry for the late recap on the Vegas game, but like I said, tons to celebrate. It's the holidays, the World Juniors are coming up, which I'll talk about towards the end of this video, and the Montreal Canadiens defeat the Vegas Golden Knights for the second time this season. This time they beat them 4-3 in overtime thanks to a last-minute comeback from Phillip Danault to get his first career Hattie. Woo! This video is going to be pretty greasy, guys. Let me tell you, I got no notes. I've been so busy. So I figured, fuck it. I got no notes. I'll go no tripod as well and crack open a beer. So cheers, guys. Let's get into it. The first period, the Montreal Canadiens were absolutely flying, and Marc-Andre Fleury had to stand on his head, and as per usual, he did just that. But early in the first period, Phillip Danault gets an absolute snipe. Oh my God, I did not know he had that in him. Hopefully we'll see a bit more of that. And assisted, nonetheless, by former Golden Knights legend himself, Thomas Tatar. Oh, wait, we're not doing that anymore? Or... Anyway, Thomas Tatar gets the assist, played a really good game against his former team. But later in the first period, Brandon Pirri ties it up, gets the goal for the Golden Knights. He's filling in for Max Pacioretty, who we unfortunately did not get to see yesterday play against his former team because he's out with a lower body injury. Looks like he tweaked his knee, which is not good. Hopefully he heals up well, and hopefully it's not a long-term injury. Would love to see him back on the ice for the Golden Knights soon. But we go into the second period. Jonathan Marchessault, another guy who always plays very well against the Habs. Go figure, he's from Quebec. Gets the goal for the Vegas Golden Knights. They go up 2-1. But Phillip Danault with the, very slick hand-eye coordination, gets that tip in at the crossbar level. And the way reviews have been going for Montreal lately, I was thinking, oh man, they might call this one back, but they did not. Great goal from Danault at a very important moment. Later on in the second period, Brandon Pirri gets another one and makes it 3-2 for the Vegas Golden Knights. We go into the third. Montreal still playing very well. Vegas is playing really well too. Overall, it was a great hockey game. Carey Price, other than the first goal, which maybe he should have had, outside of that, great game from Carey Price, especially in the third period. Kept us in it, made some very important saves to allow us to be able to come back in that game late once he was pulled from the net. And Max Domi with the offense when we needed it. He's kind of dipped a bit lately in his production, but yeah. He didn't have the greatest first period either, but came in clutch at the end of the game with that apple on Phillip Danault's first Hattie. Domi showing a ton of patience down low on the half wall and puts that puck into the crease at the perfect time as Phillip Danault is battling his heart out in front of the net. Deceptive play from him. The Vegas Golden Knights defender did not know where Danault was going to plant his stick, and Danault planted it in the perfect spot, was able to get it into the net, and grind that goal out at the end. Ooh, did he ever earn that Hattie? Oh, I love seeing that. And we go into overtime, and I'm thinking, man, overtimes haven't been good to the Montreal Canadiens lately, but Max Domi comes in, slows up on a 2-on-1 rush with Lordy Paul Byron. Max Domi slows up just in time with that puck, feeds a very nice pass over to Byron, and he finishes off that play in style through the 5-hole. Woo! What a huge win. Great way to start the holiday break for the Montreal Canadiens. They can go into the holiday break feeling really good about themselves and come back for their next games feeling very well. Now, before we get into those next games, gotta give a huge shout out to Victor Mete. Finally paired with Shea Weber. We all knew, didn't we? We all knew that would be a great pair. Finally, the coaches put it together, and they are playing great. And Mete, ever since his call-up from Laval, has been fantastic. That Joel Bouchard effect is paying off. And you know what? The next one is going to be Noah Juleson, and he's going to come back up looking like Shea Weber. Who are we kidding? Oh, man, what a coach he is down in Laval. So Mete's been great, making plays all over the ice, finding shooting lanes, getting the shots on net, hit the post in the first period, and he uses his speed to his advantage defensively, breaks up plays with a good active stick. He came into the league with a very good active defensive stick, but being able to be mentored by Shea Weber is just going to make it that much better, because that's one of Shea's strength, is that good active defensive stick. So it's great to see that showing up from Victor Mete. Oh, it could be huge if he develops into a top 4 defenseman for us. That would be massive. So hopefully this play from him will continue on for the rest of the season. It would be huge. So after the Christmas break, we have Florida. That's going to be a big game, another divisional game. And then right after that, we have Tampa. So the Florida game, they got Luongo back. He always plays good against Montreal. They're at the bottom of the Atlantic Division right now, but it will still be a tough game. Yeah, they're also missing Vincent Trocheck. That's a huge loss for them. But despite that, they've been putting up the wins lately. So watch out for that. I'm kind of thinking Niemi might play that game for Montreal. Give Price a little break. And then the next one against Tampa, we'll see Price. So a couple big games there. Tampa is absolutely on fire. They got Vasilevsky back. They're not dealing with too many injuries right now. So it's gonna be tough, but we got to win that one too, because we've already dropped one to them this season, and our record against the Atlantic Division isn't the greatest. So it would be good to pad it here against these Florida teams. So here's to hoping. Now we also have the World Juniors coming up. Whew, best time of year. I cannot wait, and it's gonna be even better for Habs fans this year, because there are 7 prospects in the tournament that belong to the Habs. Let's list them off, eh? Nick Suzuki, top 6 forward for Team Canada. He's a natural center, but he's right-handed, so he plays right wing as well. Then you have Josh Brook in Canada's top 4. He's a righty, great puck mover, tons of skill. Then you have Ryan Poehling, likely the United States' first-line center. Going to be fun to watch him. This is his 3rd World Juniors now. Caden Primo, goaltender for Team US, picked in the 7th round by Montreal. He could turn out to be an absolute steal by Bergevin and Trevor Timmins in the 7th round. Then number 5, you have Alexander Romanov. It's going to be very interesting to see him play in the mainstream, because we haven't seen a whole lot of him yet, but he is turning heads in the KHL. He's a small guy, but he is ruthless. He is very tough for his size, can lay out guys double his size, and they call him Alexei Emelin with a bit of skill. So it's going to be very fun to see what he can do. And then we have Jacob Olofsson for Team Sweden. He's a center, likely will be in their middle 6 or so. And then there is Jesse Ylonen for Team Finland, a winger. Keep an eye out for those guys in the World Juniors. It's going to be a lot of fun. Best hockey of the year, the World Juniors. So, I can't wait. Question from the last video. Ariel asked, will Bergevin go after a sniper for Montreal's top 6 or a left-handed defenseman for Montreal's top 4? And will they give up futures for these pieces? I do not think Montreal is in a state to give up any futures for another forward. I think what the forward core is right now is how it will stay till the remainder of the season and playoffs. I think we're at a good spot in terms of our forward core right now, and the center depth is probably the best it has been in years. Now, defensemen though, I would not want to see Bergevin go for a rental defenseman. I don't want Bergevin to go for any rentals whatsoever. I think Bergevin, regardless of how the Habs are doing, may sell off a piece or two, but like say a guy like Jordy Ben or Schlemko or something, I wouldn't be surprised to see him trade one of those guys at the deadline. But I would totally be okay with Bergevin trading futures, like a picks or prospects, for a top 4 left-handed defenseman. That would be with the Habs long term. So not a rental, but a guy that, like Jake Muzzin, who you can bring in and then sign to a contract extension, so he's part of Montreal's long-term success. Or a guy like Nick Leddy, who's already on a good contract, who could also be part of Montreal's long-term success. And we could get a partner for Shea Weber. That would make sense and would be the only way I'd be okay with Bergevin trading futures like picks and prospects. So that's about it, guys. I hope you enjoy your Christmas. Make sure to have a good time with your families. put down your phones and enjoy their company. Cheers, guys. If you like my videos, please subscribe on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at ScotianCanadien. I'll talk to you after the next game and after the holidays. Cheers, guys. Go Habs, go.